Hey guys, it's Jessica. So I haven't updated you guys in a super long time about what I'm doing, and I know some of you guys had questions about it, not all of you, but I just thought I'd make a video anyways because I enjoy vlogging and making videos for you guys. So I thought I'd just start vlogging more often, like just to go back, especially for myself, just to go back and see my life when I was doing certain things. And I'm really bad about keeping things going. Like if I start a vlog, then I always usually end it like after 2 of them. So I'm gonna try and vlog more often for you guys and post them on here just so I can personally go back and see it. And so if you guys are interested in following my life, you can do that. So first thing in my update is my job at Disney. So I know a lot of you guys, the reason that you follow me is because of my Disney audition videos and all that stuff. So I thought I'd start with Disney first. I'm still in food and beverage. However, I have my interview to transfer to character attending on Tuesday. So I went into casting January 22nd when it opened. That was exactly my 6-month mark. So I'm like, I'm there. So I went in, applied, and I got an interview. Well, they kind of had to give you an interview because it's an internal transfer, but either way, I got an interview, and it was supposed to be for this Thursday, the 12th, but they called me on my way to work one day, and they're like, oh, we scheduled a meeting, so you're going to have to do it like a week later. And I'm like, okay, so there's one more thing to get over till I can get out of food. But I'm really excited because I really hope everything goes well, because I didn't know if I wanted to be a character attendant just because, like, I had wanted to be a character for so long. But I figure if I want to get in there, get your foot in the door kind of deal is the first step to doing most things. So I thought I would do that, and I think it'd be really, really fun just because, like, whenever I'm in food, whenever I'm, like, talking to kids about the characters, that's when I'm most happy, I think. Just, like, creating the little stories for them, like, oh, well, Tinkerbell saw you while she was flying over the castle, and she wanted to give you this Mickey pretzel. And, like, things like that really make me happy. So I figured if I wanted to do that, why not just be a character attendant? And my roommate does it, and she loves it. So that's what I thought I would do. So that's on Tuesday, and I'll make another vlog to update on that. I do work at Universal from, like, 7:45 to 3 that day, and my interview is at 3. It's a phone interview, so, like, it's not a big problem, but I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna try and get in the ER and just sit in my car and do the interview. Like, not driving, just sitting in my car where it's quiet. But that's the plan for right now. That's really all for Disney. Of course, I keep going back to auditions. It's never gonna stop, I'm sure. I have Thursdays off for a reason. So yeah, that's all I have on Disney. And there is another thing that I don't think you guys know. If you follow me on any other, like, social media, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, like, stuff like that, you'll know that I do also work at Universal Orlando as well, because I live in Orlando, and I'm in the Hogsmeade portion of the Harry Potter universe in Islands of Adventure, and I do merchandise there, and it is wonderful. Like, some days are better than others, obviously, because that's just how a job works, but overall, it is so much fun. I never, like, go to work. Like, of course, there's days I don't want to go to work, but it's just because I want to sit in my bed and watch Netflix. But there's never a day that I don't want to go to work because I don't want to have to deal with things. Because, like, everyone there is, like, we're all a big family, and it's wonderful. Just, like, even the people who aren't in our store, we're so close to everyone who works at, like, all the other stores in the village, and it's really cool because everyone is so nice, and it's just so much fun, and there's so much, like, theming that I get to do there where I, like, get to incorporate, like, the Potter universe, and, like, oh, if someone pays with, like, a debit card or a credit card, I'm like, oh, you want this on your Muggle plastic and stuff like that, and it's so much fun. I love it. It's just, like, my own type of little magic, and I get to act like a witch all day, so that's funny. Very, very many witchy puns. Let's leave that there. All right, another update, and this one's kind of important, and you probably have wondered why my little thing, like, when you click on the video, is this. Well, this is happening. It's probably backwards, but it's okay. I'm going to college. Yeah, surprise to me too. My whole plan from, like, when I had gotten back from Belgium, I'm like, oh, I'll just start at, community college. It'll be cheaper, and do that in the spring, blah, blah, blah. And I went over to my sister's house in North Carolina for Thanksgiving, and she lives, like, right off the campus of Duke, because that's where her boyfriend goes to law school. I know, fancy. And I don't know what it was while I was there, but I just had this like, I want to go to college, like an actual college. Like obviously community college is an actual college, but like a university where I could like wear a little sweater that says the college's name on it and go to like football games and join a sorority and live on campus and do things that I like to do. And so I applied to UCF, and I got in. I got in for the summer term because apparently my SAT scores were too low, but I don't really believe that because they weren't great, but they were pretty average. So I'm just like, I'm pretty sure it was because I haven't been in school for 2 years, but whatever. So I will technically start summer of 2015, so like June, but I'll be doing just like one online class to fulfill my summer requirements because obviously I have a lease, and the lease does not end until August like 3rd. So sorry. So I'll just be doing one class. I'm not sure what class I'm going to be doing yet. Probably just like a general education requirement, something that's easy that I would mind not doing in school because honestly, I had such a problem with online classes in high school that I didn't really want to do another one. And it wasn't that I had a problem with them. It was that I am really, really lazy and really procrastinating. So it took me 2 years to do Latin 2, which is a 1-year course, but details. So yeah, I'm going to college. The college that I am going to, university, college, whatever, is UCF. It's the University of Central Florida. It's in Orlando. And some of you guys, words today. Some of you guys are probably wondering why I'm not just going to stay in my apartment and then go over there. Well, Orlando is a big city. And technically, I don't live in Orlando. I live on the outskirts of Orlando. So Orlando doesn't, okay, so you're on this big road called I-4. And if you've been to Florida, you know what I-4 is. So I'm on the other edge over here. This is Animal Kingdom. I'm right next to Animal Kingdom, the exit. And so you go over here. These are all Disney exits. And then here is Orlando. Like, Disney's not technically in Orlando either. The only thing that's in Orlando is like Universal and SeaWorld. But, so technically Orlando, I'm not even in it. And Orlando's humongous. And the University of Central Florida, here's Disney, here's UCF. It's not even on the spectrum. It's ridiculously far. It's like 45 minutes to 50 minutes on I-4, and then you have to take a toll road, and I hate toll roads, so I'm just like, no. So I'm going to be moving over there into a dorm in the fall, and as for my jobs, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I know I have to go to college, so I'm gonna go to college, but as for the jobs, I'm gonna try and go seasonal at both of them. They both have different seasonal requirements. So hopefully I can be able to keep my jobs and then like work over the summer. But I haven't really thought about it because I'm just like, I just need to go to school. And I guess some of you might be wondering what I'm trying to major in. Well, I'm sorry, these are my pajamas. They're I didn't feel like changing my pajama pants. But I will be going to school at UCF. But technically I don't really know what my major is yet because I did apply for their musical theater program. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to major in college. And I'm like, musical theater has been one of those things that have been constant through my life and that I've always gone back to, that I always love to do. And no other subject, no other like point of interest has been like that for me. So I'm just like, why not? Why not do that? And I've done musical theater competitions. Like I've done all this stuff. So like I've got a good like base for stuff. And so I'm just like, why not do that? And UCF has a wonderful musical theater program. It's pretty well known. Like, I mean, not as well known as like conservatories like Boston or stuff like that, but it's like in Florida, it's getting up to be one of those schools that is pretty well known for their stuff, and it's not an easy program to get into. I did do a pre-screen video that some of you guys might have seen. I did post it on my YouTube, and it was like a song and a monologue and a dance. And I had to submit that along with letters of recommendation and my resume and my headshot and like these things. And it took forever to get together, but I finally got it together. And I was actually at the Magic Kingdom with my friend one day, and we were walking by Cinderella's mice because I was going to take a picture of them. And then I looked at my email and I'm like, oh my god, this is from UCF Theater. Oh my god. So I like opened it and like my email, it wouldn't load. Of course it doesn't load when I need it to load. And so I was like trying to press on the link because it said, please read the letter below. And I'm like, I can't read the letter yet because it's not loading. And then it loaded, and then I found out that I did get not accepted, but I got a callback to the program, which is the first step. Because if you don't get a callback, then you obviously are not in, but I got a callback for it. So I have my audition in, what's today? Today's Tuesday, so not this Saturday, but next Saturday, the 21st, at the campus, and I'm kind of freaking out. So, I haven't put all my cards into this, I don't know, what is the phrase? I haven't, like, put all my things in a bucket or something. I don't know the word, but I'm set on it. I really am. Like, to get into that program, it's a BFA, Bachelor in Fine Arts and Musical Theater, would be the best thing. It'd be awesome. But if I don't get in, I do have an option B, and that is just to do a major. It's just a Bachelor in Arts, which is not as cool as Fine Arts, and by cool I mean, like, important. And so it would just be a Bachelor in Arts in Theater Studies, and then I would probably just do, like, a minor in music, like vocal music kind of deal, just so I could get the curriculum for it, and then take, like, dance classes, and then try and transfer in, like, the next year. But because I did only apply to this one school, and that's kind of a no-no when you're applying to musical theater programs. You don't, eggs in a bucket, I think that's what it is. You don't put everything that you have into one thing, because the chances of being disappointed are very high in those situations. But I'm just like, I don't really want to go anywhere else, and I really couldn't see myself anywhere else. I want to stay in Orlando. I love Orlando. I love theme parks. So I'm just like, I'm staying. So I put all my eggs in a eggs in a basket. Oh my God. And so I put them all there at UCF. I've already paid my housing deposit. I've already accepted my thing and paid that deposit. The only thing I haven't done is done my orientation and taken that little math thing that they're like, oh, let's test you in math. Let's see where we're going to put you. And I'm like, just put me in the lowest one and it'll be easier for all of us. So that's pretty much what's going in my life right now. I will update you guys after Tuesday for my character attendant interview, and also after Saturday, the next Saturday when I have my audition. I really am freaking out. I've been planning songs and just everything, because what it requires is like two songs, not full songs, like minute pieces from them. And the song that I picked for my pre-screen video was very neutral in the way that it had some head voice, it had some bell. It's not a very old piece, but it's not super contemporary, and it's not really up-tempo, but it's not really, like, slow. And I picked that because I'm like, oh, perfect, it's in between, so it'll get a bit of everything so they can see it. And they're like, oh, we want you to bring that song plus a contrasting one. And I'm like, it's kind of hard to contrast something that's very neutral. So I had a hard time finding a song, but I did find a song called To Keep My Love Alive. It's by Rogers and Hart, I believe, and from a Connecticut Yankee. And it's super funny, and it kind of is the contrast to the song that I had done in my pre-screen, which is Princess from A Man of No Importance. So I'm just like, I'll go with it. So I should have more info about the audition later this week, because I had emailed asking if I could just change my song. And they're like, oh, just wait until you get the email. And I'm like, okay. But so I was kind of freaking out. But, you know, it's good. Whatever happens, happens. I'll just, you know, bring my best to the table. And it's an opportunity to sing for people. And that's kind of what I do it for, because I like to sing and I like to take on different characters. And I think it's fun. So I think that's all my updates. Oh, another update. Well, you can't see it because it's here. But hold on, let me see if I can do it. This is my mini phone. It's really cute. I got it for Christmas from my sister. But I did get, this is not going to work the way, well, maybe. Yeah, there you go. I did get a Mac. I bought it with my own money. I bought it myself. So, I'm really proud of myself. It's a MacBook Air. This is a stupid way to show it, but it's the only thing I think of. MacBook Air 13-inch. It was just the basic model because I didn't feel the need to get a ton of memory. Just because I'm like, if I need a lot of memory, then I'll just buy like another thing that like connects to it, like a hard drive thingy, and put it in there. So I didn't need to update it. So that's the computer I bought. It was like $1,000, and I paid with it with my own money after Christmas. I got Christmas money, and then I paid for it. But that's kind of like the biggest purchase I've ever made in my whole life. My iPhone is finally paid off. And by paid off, I mean I paid my dad for it. And then I paid for this, and I had 3 goals when I was moving on my own. I'm like, I'm gonna buy first an iPhone, because I had a BlackBerry in Belgium, and it was kind of ridiculous. So I was like, I'm gonna buy an iPhone, and then I'm gonna buy a MacBook, and then I'm gonna buy a Canon T5i DSLR camera with autofocus, and that's the next thing. And I get my tax return in like a couple weeks, and I just need to save up money for the other part, which is like $300 extra probably. And then I'm gonna buy a nice camera because I like capturing moments, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, well, this video is getting ridiculously long. It's like 15 minutes, but I just had a lot to update you guys on. If you have any questions about like Disney auditions or UCF or Universal, because that's a thing, just ask me here, ask me on any of the other sites, and I'm gonna start posting videos more often because I miss doing this because I like talking, so it helps. But that's all for right now. I will talk to you guys later. See you later.